Hiya, I'm Paula from Chic Emporium, and today I'm going to have a little bit of a play. I want to try some techniques out and see if they work or not, and I'm going to take you on the journey with me. So I got given this, I don't know, shelf, coat stand, and I thought I could play with it. Obviously this is broken, so the first thing I've got to do is unscrew it, and I'm going to fill the holes. I've got a bit of image transfer to have a go with today, and I like this image that I got from the Graphics Fairy, and I've got some wording, run rabbit run, which I might use as well. But the first thing I'm going to do is obviously get this off, fill the holes, and then I'm going to give all of it some coats of some kind of weight that I find in my drawer. So we'll come back when we've done that. Alright, so I've painted the whole of the piece in 2.5 coats of ivory tower, which was what I chose and what I found in my cupboard. So I'm now going to do the image transfer. So I've cut out my rabbit, and if you notice I've just cutted it out about 5 mils from the edge, because we don't want to be rubbing away any more than we have to. So I've decanted some finishing coat into my little pot here. So first thing I'm going to do is cover my bunny in finishing coat, start to loosen that ink up and get it wet. I printed this off on a normal cheap as chips paper on my printer at home a couple of days ago, so it's had a couple of days to properly dry out. So I'm getting him wet. Yeah, he's pretty wet, so while he's just soaking that in, I'm going to put some more Fairly Livery on my shelf. I want to make sure it's all covered. I don't want any gaps. Alright. Now you're potentially seeing a little bit of brown coming through, and that's because there's some bleeding going on underneath, and finishing coat often draws it out. But it'll be alright. So I'm now going to place my rabbit . And make sure it's sealed everywhere. Okay, so now I've rubbed it all in. It's going to take a while to dry. It's got to properly dry before I can rub the back of the paper off. So while that's happening, I'm going to do some little experiments, and I'll show you the results when I've done it. Right, so I'll pop that. So this is thoroughly dried, and I'm now going to start the rather laborious process of getting the back off by literally wetting it with some cold water and rubbing away. As you can see, it's already starting to reveal. So I'm hoping, you never know with image transfers, that I shall get the bulk of it revealed quite well without any massive bits disappearing, but if that happens we'll have to deal with it then. So I'll come back when I've got the rest of this off, and we'll see what we have to do in terms of reparation work then. Okay, Susie. Right, so I have got off as much as I can. There are a few little areas, but actually I don't, just around the edges a little bit, but I don't think it's going to make much odds by the time I've blended it in with some wax. So as you can see, it's still a little bit faded, but I have gone back to it several times, and at this stage, if I put the finishing coat on it to seal it, you can see the image comes back to life as bold as the original, and it won't fade as it dries. So you need to get off as much as you can, but then stop and put the finishing coat on. So I'm going to complete sealing him. I'm then going to go round the edge in a clean-up with the ivory tower, because there's a bit of smudging going on and some finishing coat on there as well. So when I've cleaned that up and we're ready to go on to the next stage, I'll come back to you. That was noodle, I'm very sorry. Right, so I put finishing coat all over this and then tidied up the background with more ivory tower. I've used it to just blend in some of the areas that were a little bit bodgy. I've done a little image transfer of this, scribbling on the back, placing it down, writing hard with a pen, and then just going over it with a paintbrush. So it's quite simple, and that's quite done. So the next stage, I was having a play in between drying. This is a plaque that I had, and I was trying out the Crackle glaze and seeing, because what I wanted to do was get a crackled effect on the existing colour. I didn't want to put a second colour on it. So Crackle glaze on this with just wax on the top doesn't show any crackles at all. So how I achieved this side was by putting the Crackle glaze on and then putting another coat of ivory tower on the top, and then the wax has gone into the cracks. So that's what I'm going to do on my stand here. I'm going to very carefully use the Crackle glaze all over the ivory tower, but not on the rabbit or the words. And then I'm going to go over the top of it with ivory tower and then with some wax. So I'll crack on and do that, and then you can see what it looks like. So what I've done is exactly what I said. I put a layer of the Crackle glaze on. I then put another layer of ivory tower on, and you could immediately see the cracking. And then I've put dark wax on, which has all sunk into the cracks. This bit here was obviously where I didn't put Crackle glaze because I didn't want to put it over the top of the bunny. So I've just stippled with a brush some of the dark wax. I think it looks really effective. I love the oldie age look, and so that's how you achieve it on one colour instead of two-tone like this cupboard below. So I hope you'll have a go. Very little project with lots of layers and lots of sort of washing up brushes, I have to say. But other than that, it's actually really quite good. The last thing I've got to do, obviously, is get some hooks in, and I'm not decided yet whether I'm going to do hooks here or hooks here to put keys on. So that's for another day, that decision. Now, today was about the technique. Thanks for watching me, as always. Please subscribe and follow my channel. My Facebook page is www.facebook.com/The Emporium Furniture, which will take you straight to Fairy Chic Emporium. Thank you. Till the next time.